Connie!
So I don't think she's the killer.
Well, we don't know.
She's like that crazy.
She's holding her arm. She could have just cut her arm.
Yeah, she could be that crazy that she's like cutting herself now too.
I mean, damn, those are some boots.
Connie! Connie, hang on!
Canny.
Connie!
Jumpy?
Oh, man. Connie, there's so much blood. What the hell happened to you? How did this happen?
Put it back in you.
Jumpy, I might not make it.
Whoa.
No way. No way I am going to let you die. I am going to save you. I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything.
What do we do?
We were her friend.
We abandoned her in every single choice of what room to go in.
Excuse you, Keith. We were her friend, and we were her first love. We gave her everything.
I just don't. We have chosen the perfect path for this series so far to like have no idea what their relationship is. So this scene is like weird right now.
I'm assuming it's a two-sided love that neither of them are smart enough to say anything about.
Like every anime ever.
Not every anime.
Just lots of anime.
Just most of the bad ones.
I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy.
Whoa, like how happy?
Don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times.
You don't need blood.
He just starts actively pulling it out of her.
All right, Connie. You. Ow! What can I do? Damn it!
He just does like a blood transfusion. Just cuts his arm and starts pouring it into her mouth.
That's not how it works. Definitely not how that works. That was one of the badass moves that happened in Lost, though. Is like, I think it was like season 1. Somebody does a straight up like the doctor does a blood transfusion by finding like a tube they can use and like just attaching his arm to somebody else's arm and doing a direct blood transfusion.
That's also not how it works. It still needs like a pump.
Super terrifying. Well, the blood pump is your heart.
Well, then they're both gonna just hit each other.
No, because the other person was dying, so their heart sucks and isn't doing.
That's not how it works at all. There's still blood circulation.
Well, we have an escape. I don't.
Wait, a yellow submarine.
Yeah, we all live in a. Does that have the 9 on it? Is that where the 9 is? Is it on the submarine?
Well, that would suck. Now we have to go. We have to go get two other people. We have to bring June with us. We can't get on through the 9 door without June.
Can we just swim for it? There's water.
Well, yeah, I guess theoretically we could.
It's probably like an airlock, though, right? It's probably not open to the outside.
Well, then how the fuck did it get in here?
No, I mean, like, that's what an airlock is. But for water, I mean.
But then how the hell did it get in here? Did it come with us the whole journey? Has it been here for the past, like,
well, it's been
6
locked.
hours?
It's been locked behind a door the whole time.
Well, okay, but... Oh, alright.
I don't know what purpose the submarine serves.
That's what I'm saying. I just think it's weird that Zero would, like, bring a sub with him as if, like, for some reason...
Either we're supposed to escape in the sub, which seems weird, because it seems like we're supposed to find a 9 door somewhere, or somebody came in a sub and then murdered everyone. And that'd be why the door was unlocked? Although, how'd they get to Connie first? If they came from this direction, how did Connie end up in this direction? Did she somehow come here ahead of everybody else and get killed, and then he found the rest of them in the main lobby? Or did he kill 3 of them there, and
they could have been behind
Connie,
them,
and then maybe chase Connie here?
Yeah, it could have been a thing where it might have been a tuffle. Like, maybe Connie got stabbed.
Tuffle?
Yeah, like maybe Connie got stabbed.
A tussle?
And then... No, a tuffle.
What's a tuffle?
No, a truffle. Maybe Connie got stabbed with a truffle, and so she like made a dark. But it like maybe the killer came from behind the group. Like they left the door.
Have you tried my mushroom soup?
The killer came from behind the group, stabbed her, and then they turned around and confronted him, and she ran up to the door to unlock it to get it ready for everyone to run through,
and then just like ran over here.
Well, and then she watched as the murderer just killed everybody else, and she's like, "I'm gonna go deuces," and just like went for it. And I guess the murderer was just so busy he just like lost track of her, and was like, "I don't know where she could have possibly went."
It seems super unlikely that the knife is the murder weapon if this person's casually taking down a room full of people.
I mean, maybe he's a samurai.
One of them looks like they're like 20, the other one looks like they're like 40 or something. Like they're both like you gotta be able to subdue someone like that at some point. Like this, like.
I mean, even still, you have Clover, and Clover. I'm sure Clover can reach a frequency that's high enough that's annoying.
It must have been completely catching them by surprise.
I mean, unless he was smart about it and took down. He could have double fisted with knives. Had two knives, take down Santa and Ace first. Just like bap bap bap.
Knives akimbo.
Yeah, akimbo knives. Or I don't know. Is there like such a thing?
That makes me think it's Snake.
Snake?
Because if you can get up close to somebody and not be anyone being nervous about it, it's because it's someone they know already in this kind of situation.
What, they would be like surprised that Snake was there?
Yeah, like, oh, Snake, wow, where were you and stuff like that. And also,
but he stabbed Clover.
Also, how are you afraid of the blind person? Like, what's gonna happen? Apparently, Daredevil happens because he stabs everybody.
But why would he kill Clover?
Because maybe they don't actually have the relationship that was implied.
It's still fucked up.
Did Clover? Who said that they were siblings?
Clover.
Clover said it or Snake said it?
I think they both confirmed it.
I don't remember if they both
I think Clover said that they're siblings and Snake confirmed it. Snake was like, yes, that's what we are.
Because it was just revealed to us that there was like test subject children things or something here before. Like a bunch of kids were kept here. What if Clover was a kid like that? What if Snake's one of the people that was like running it? And like it's all this trap and he's gonna get everybody and rah. But that's still, we have no idea why most of these people are on this boat still.
Where is Zero?
We don't know who Zero is.
Is he just sitting
back? They could
back?
be none of these people. They could be one of these people. Snake might not even be blind. It could just be a ruse and he just knows Braille. What if Snake's not even blind?
What?
What if he put on blind people contacts? Like he put on fake contacts.
What?
That literally blind him so he can pretend to be blind effectively. But then like he just takes them out and starts murdering everybody.
What?
It's like, I can see, psych.
That would be confusing. What? How did Zero kidnap Snake while he was cosplaying as a blind person?
I mean, right now, there's no other characters left besides, like it's either one of the 9, or somebody came out from outside of the system. But if somebody from outside of the 9 people was the killer, then it's not an interesting mystery because it's not one of the. It's like this is supposed to be like a sealed room mystery, right?
Yeah.
So like the what's the name of the Orient Express, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like somebody died on a train. Who did it? We're on a train. Well, we have a limited list of people to go with here. If somebody just like, there was the bandit that hopped on the train, then hopped back off. It's like, well, that's fucking not a good story. So, out of the people here, like, we know 9 is dead. Because who the fuck is left? And also nobody says, like, we can't even recognize his face. But Snake, they say you can't recognize his face, and they say that his arm's fake, and they say that there's a bone sticking out of his arm. And that's too many weird red flags for a character that disappeared and died off screen without anybody witnessing what happened in between.
Yeah.
So, like, it's either him or June is just so fucking nuts she stabbed herself after killing everybody.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, they're both far-fetched. they're both some plot twisty thriller loops, the type of stuff you see in a Nicolas Cage movie. You know what I mean? That type of campy movie where like plot twist, whoa! Then it like does a sepia tone flashback of that tiny detail that changes everything.
Some guy like puts Kit Kats in his pocket.
Yeah. Wait, what? Is that actually a reference to something, or did you just say words?
No, just saying words.
Because, like, that could totally be it. I was the one with the Kit Kats the whole time.
I'm just imagining how stupid a murder. That sounds like
I murdered your dog with the Kit Kats.
That sounds like some kind of case closed bullshit. Where it's like, mister, you got chocolate on your fingers. You're the killer. It's like, I shouldn't have eaten that Kit Kat bar. Like,
that's it. Hang on, all right? There's a submarine over there. I'm gonna go see if it works.
Because I know how to fly a submarine. I mean, pilot a submarine.
Uh-oh. It'll be okay, June. I'll figure it out.
You just gotta type no clip into it and you can just leave the ship.
Wouldn't that make you leave the ship?
You know, you type no clip into the submarine.
Wouldn't the submarine just leave you?
Shush. Shush with your video game logic. If you're seated in a vehicle, you're part of the vehicle in video games. You can't no clip out of a vehicle.
You
You're
might be
actually-
right. You might actually become like one with the object.
If we're assuming the logic of a video game by saying no clip in the first place, then if you're seated in a vehicle, you no longer have individual physics.
That's true. Because
You're
like
just an
if
entity
you
that spawns out of the vehicle when you get out of it.
yeah, because if you type no clip in Counter-Strike, you don't just drop your weapon.
No, you don't just lose your clothes.
Well, the clothes are on the character model. I'm saying that like in Counter-Strike, you know, the weapon doesn't just fall out of your hand.
It's just this like. There's just like this naked, transparent man just like dropping shit on people's heads. Like, counter-terrorists win! He's just fucking floating through the air naked.
Don't go. Please, don't go. Please, just stay with me. I want to be close to you. Jumpy?
Connie.
Yeah,
Jumpy,
dude.
did you know
You're not letting her finish her words.
meant a lot to me when we were kids? I've liked you for a long time, Junpei.
Poor dead girl talk, you ungrateful ass.
Because he's cutting her off.
Yeah, you kept cutting her off. I'm like, damn, you're so rude. She's dying here.
A really long time.
Look, you don't have to make dick jokes right now. It's a little inappropriate, June.
Is that so, Andrew?
Jumpy, do you remember we hung out a lot when we were kids? We went to the pool and to the fair. Do you remember playing snowball at the school?
Bitch, that was like 20 years ago.
They're all memories I'll never forget. All of those moments are treasures to me.
There's an odd tinge to saying I'll never forget those memories when you're literally dying.
She won't.
Yeah.
She will never
I also won't
them.
forget how you look right now. Or how this knife wound feels.
I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing I never understood is like anime and like, you know, visual novels and stuff. They make Japanese people like really, really strong with those memories. Like Japanese people just never, they're like elephants. They never fucking forget. They really are. Like every time you watch anime and shit, it's always like, do you remember that childhood memory from when we were 3 years old? No, I don't. I do. Okay, well that's great, but like, why do you remember that?
It's impressive.
That's like weird. And it's like in every anime, it's always like some girl's like, I remember growing up with you and doing this one specific action. Do you remember? He's like, no, I'm like 19 years old. I've done like a lot of things in my life. Well, I remember. Okay, well that's weird. Like,
I'll have to trust you on that because you watch an intense
it's
amount
always
of anime.
it's always childhood friends.
Everyone
Childhood
go to
friends.
Andrew's My Anime List profile. What's the profile name?
Nackleson and Nackle?
Yeah, NAKLSON of NAKKL or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He animes.
It's been a while.
A lot.
I've been
So
around.
I just have to accept what he says about tropes.
It's mostly childhood friends. It's like that's
Yeah.
always the trope. Is that like
For me, the issue is just this game has a branching storyline, so I don't know how many configurations of decisions could lead you to Connie's death here, but it plays hollow because I don't know.
you don't know
Connie.
anything about Connie?
I've never been in a room
Yeah.
we've been in rooms with everyone else. Like I spent time with Seven and Lotus mostly.
I feel like this is one of those times where you could have easily, I don't know, like did a curveball. Like you still get the bad ending, but because you weren't around Connie, well, maybe that's why you get this.
Like if
maybe because
like,
you weren't actually hanging around with Connie,
the
so
game
you're
like
supposed
guilt
to feel
trips
bad.
you for not spending enough time with Connie. It's
Yeah.
like she loved you and she's dying, and you didn't return any of those feelings.
Exactly, because like we all know this isn't the end. We know that this is a game with multiple endings.
Yeah.
Every visual
You know,
novel,
like we're seeing with the Seven, like, and especially like Lotus is like doing like whatever ruthless call she has to do and stuff like that because she's like trying to get back to her kids. I'm like, oh yeah, like now I feel bad if she dies or something.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
but that's what I'm
Connie is,
saying. Like maybe that's why they did this. Like specific ending is
she
because
calls
you
you
like
Jumpy, and that's about it.
she calls you Jumpy. It blushes at you a lot. And
I get a feeling from JRPGs and visual novels that there's some part of the audience that thinks nicknames are like incredibly endearing.
They are.
Or Onisan or anything like that. Like,
well, Oni-san's
like-
not endearing. It's kind of just like a level of trust.
but yeah.
But a nickname is like a
But like
really.
that's like it feels like nicknames or Onisan are like a free pass for you have to care about this character when bad things happen now.
yeah, because they're
oftentimes
lovable.
there's no other development
They're-
besides the fact that they say that.
They're important people. They have nicknames for you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I also wanted to go to a lot of other places with you. A lot more. But that won't happen now.
I wanted to go on a
No.
cruise with you. Oh, wait.
I mean, yes. Yes, it will happen. We'll go all sorts of places, Connie. You hear me? I promise. We'll go wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah, really. I swear.
This
That
just
makes
sounds like a
me
build-up, doesn't it?
happy. Really?
Like, isn't she
Jumpy.
just leading him to kill him?
Well, like she's gonna be like, really, and then stab him in the
Yeah! Where it's like, well, I want to go to death with you. And it's like, oh, suicide thing. Cool.
Yeah, that is like the.
That's like, is that like a big red
that
flag?
is like
for
a menacing thing. Where like, I'll go anywhere with you. It's like, really? Stab.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there goes Junpei.
I feel sleepy.
And take a nap.
No, Connie, don't fall asleep.
That's
Thank
rude.
you, Jumpy. Thank you so much.
Stab.
Connie! Connie! Connie!
Why didn't you say that when Snake was dead?
Snake.
What, was it a licensing issue?
Oh, that'd be great. Time passed. How much time? We don't know. Junpei wept, curled
on.
around Connie's body.
Time
Wait.
passed. Where the fuck is Seven and Lotus?
I don't know. They just didn't follow us.
They just didn't follow us?
Yeah, we went through a motion controlled sliding door and then went up to the death of our friend.
And he didn't
And
hear
we
us?
like
they didn't hear
yelled
us?
her name aloud and were screaming and they didn't come with us, I guess. And also we're like wrapping ourselves around a bloody body. It's like we're just covered in blood now.
No, she already bled out.
That's not how that works.
Sure it is. Close
No.
enough.
She was alive. That means she wasn't bled out.
Eh.
And we're like, and now we're curled around her. It's like,
I mean,
oh,
the brain stores blood.
You. He cried and cried until he had no tears left. When the last tear fell, Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell.
That's a little extreme.
Somewhere, he heard a bell ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. Two hours left or something? Or 3 hours? Where are we?
That was 5.
5 o'clock.
So we have like isn't that just an hour? 6 a.m. is our closing point, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, time flies. Quietly, gently,
Does it?
softly. It just swims and drowns in the...
I'm saying, like, time doesn't fly. We're just really bad at doing things efficiently.
I mean, we just have literally played for hours anyway.
oh, yeah.
Like, it actually has just been hours and hours anyway.
Yeah, we've never stopped
This
recording.
is basically happening in real time.
Yeah, we've never stopped recording. It's
Quietly, gently, softly, he set Connie down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that Seven and Lois had not followed him.
been- What?
Where had they gone? Slowly, he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that they had ever been there. What sign would they have? It felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead.
Just poop? Poop
Slowly,
everywhere?
he made his way to the door he'd come through. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. That's not a very good sliding door, then.
You need to grease that
Jesus
shit.
Christ. Grinding stone? Like fucking...
Yeah, it's like...
Was
Like-
is Tumek back there or something? Like, what's his name?
What?
What's the name of the head?
For what?
For the Guardian Stone head from the kids show
Oh,
Hidden Temple.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Tumek or
Is it
something.
Tumek?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I
I'm
was like,
right.
what the fuck you talking?
Yeah, Tumek.
You acting like you act like I have like this history in my head of every stone head's name possible.
You're not one of the blue barracudas?
No, I wasn't.
No orange monkey?
Wasn't on fucking.
Was
Kid,
it orange monkey?
I wasn't on. No, it was Orange Monkey. I wasn't on
Fuck.
Kid Splat. or
Ew.
whatever.
Splat sucks. It's all about guts and Legend of the Hidden Temple. Even though Legend of the Hidden Temple's rigged as fuck.
Legend of the Hidden Temple
It's
is
the most
literally
rigged show ever.
fucking unbeatable.
You walk into random rooms it's like, oh, you lost now. I'm like, what? Yeah, the guard got you. I was like, how do you know he's there? Fuck off. Like, as a kid, it was like, oh, wow, so immersion. But as an adult, I'm like, this show's bullshit.
Yeah.
This is legit cheating.
Wow, you just didn't want kids to win.
No. Teach everyone that they will fail for reasons they never could have predicted. It's good for your incoming adulthood.
It's just like
Just know that, like, no matter
caught.
how hard you try and how much you prepare, unforeseen circumstances will ruin all of your plans.
Just imagine it gets like a real life simulator like thing where you get caught and it's like, what happened? You're overqualified.
Yeah.
No.
If you don't believe me, everyone, look up that show on. There are episodes of it on YouTube. That show is bullshit.
Yeah, The Temple.
It is hot bullshit.
It
is the coolest idea for a show ever, and it cheats so hard.
Wasn't there like literally one of the rooms where just like the floor just opens up? And there's no sign that it would do that. Like the kid just was walking casually and the floor just opens and like, you lost. How would you even know? And it's like, there was a guy in the background waiting to pull the trigger when you're standing on it. It's not like you touch it with your foot and it opened. He literally waited till they were at this exact moment and just pulled the lever. I'm like, that's super cheap. How do you do?
They just wanted to figure out how they could make a show about hurting kids. Sometimes you just want to shove a toddler.
They had that. It's called fucking School.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sound like stone
Yeah.
grinding. Holy shit.
Wow, and it's new too. So like Zero's just bad at his job.
You say that it's new. He could have fucking the red doors could have been new. This door could have been here since like 1950. I don't know. When was the first sliding door invented?
But it's automatic.
Automatic means nothing.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I mean, because even if it's a regular sliding door that had a switch, you can just reroute the switch to be an automatic sensor.
Yeah.
So like, it still could just be an old fucking door that existed that he just didn't buy a new one.
I'm just saying I'm disappointed in Zero.
What is?
I had
like
had more respect for them than
The
this.
fucking door has rust on it. I mean, he didn't keep it up. Like, that's why it sounds like grinding stone. Everything's rusted.
Junpei passed through the gate into the hallway.
What?
Ah!
What the fuck? Everyone's dead! Dude, what the fuck?
Okay. That's all of the characters.
What kind of ending is this? Like, literally who's the killer? Everyone's dead!
I don't think Lotus was the killer.
You mean June?
I don't think any of these... Yeah, well, yeah, now it's not June at all because somehow these people died while we were in the room with June. So that gets rid of the idea of June
Also,
being the killer.
it's somebody that's, like, stronger than 7? Because he doesn't have a stab wound in the front. He must have it in the back because he's
Or
not
they just
bleeding.
didn't draw them or something?
What the fuck?
Is there some sort of rule here where they'll draw an entire scene custom for this, and they can have blood, but they can't have any, like, stab wound? Is there a rating system for that?
You know what it might be? It might be a miscommunication where they.
Well, I mean, like, how
they
did Japanese game ratings work? Like, is there a difference between blood and wounds?
You could show fucking blood and wounds.
Yeah, but for, like, say, a teenager game or something. Because they're probably going for a rating.
Yeah, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to show. They wouldn't be able to show blood.
It's like how in a
Because a lot of anime can't show blood.
so you can't show
kids.
so you can't show blood.
No.
In teenager stuff. Okay.
Or you can't.
It's like how Terminator Salvation had a scene where he kills a guy with a screwdriver, but that made it an R rating, so they cut that one scene to make it PG-13.
Yeah, but in Japan, like, One Piece has blood all the time, and that's for young audiences.
Oh.
Japan doesn't care about blood; they care about, like,
Is it wounds?
it's dismemberment.
Oh.
You can't show dismemberment, so you're not allowed to show like guts spilling out. You can't show arms coming off.
It
Japan's
just drives
like,
me crazy. We've never seen a single wound in this game where now every character is dead.
I'm thinking that's a misdirection. Or not misdirection. I think that's a miscommunication between the background designer and the artist. Because, like, I think the artist was contracted to draw a bunch of drawings, but then they did the backgrounds later because they're in 3D, so they had to be rendered. So I think when they did the 3D backgrounds, they just kind of put the art on top of it, and then it turned into a situation where it's like, well, we didn't draw 7 with a gash on his chest, so we're just going to assume that he got stabbed in the back. And same with Lotus. We didn't draw Lotus with a stab in the back, so we'll just assume she turned around and got stabbed in the chest.
I'm
Like,
just noticing that even after her death, they're still taking the moment to like show us her ass, all the way down to like the
Keith,
crack
you
and
act like there
everything.
isn't a way to not
She's
show her
literally
sexually.
a corpse person.
There's sexual.
We've never seen her ass before ever.
No, but-
now's the time.
Well, because what? You're gonna show her tits? I mean, Lotus is just a sexual character in every capacity.
I didn't even know her ass would show through past her pants.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I assumed the belt held it up because she has a belt.
Well, it depends on how low she's wearing. No, because her pelvic bones are showing out. So
Whoa, how low are her pants? Like, that's the bend of her leg. Whoa. They're like just leggings.
Yeah, I mean, her pants are basically almost non-existent.
That's almost confusing to think about the geometry of.
Like, I'm almost under the assumption that red sash is actually just her underwear.
That's some big underwear.
I mean, she's just doing, like, the superhero thing.
Alright, so now every single character is dead, so now either an outside person killed everyone, and it's not June,
Or somebody wasn't dead, and we should have checked every fucking body.
Yeah, no one... Even Clover couldn't identify that wasn't Snake's body?
Yeah, Clover couldn't identify. Everyone just knew based because he was wearing Snake's clothes.
Like, it has to be Snake's body. It has to be Snake that killed everyone, or the story just kind of blows.
Or it could have just been a fucking ruse. Like, there are 3 people in that room. We only checked fucking Clover.
Yeah. That is a problem. We didn't check Ace or Santa.
And we didn't check what killed them either.
So
we have no idea where their wounds are and if they're actually bleeding.
Like, I would kind of accept...
Mr. Like
Ace or Santa, but the most acceptable answer for this would be Snake from a storytelling perspective, because they give us the fake arm explanation, and then the bone in the arm explanation, and then the fact that he can't recognize his face, and like and then he died mysteriously when nobody was watching, even though he'd have to get through a door through like steps that he'd have to be there for, more or less, and like. There's so many weird steps to his death that it makes it super suspicious.
Yeah.
And frankly, we were willing... Just the face alone was enough to make us suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't recognize the face. Isn't that interesting? If only there was, like, one body somewhere else that could possibly be used for misdirection. Because no one's going back and checking on 9.
Well, how would you?
You bet that'd be the first thing I'd try to fucking do if I could use these joysticks to walk around. I'd be like, let's go all the way back to 9 and see if the body's still there. Oh, look.
Yeah, that's why it's on a mystery on rails.
Yeah.
Because if they let you... you could figure out... Like, here's the thing. You could literally figure this game out at the beginning of the game simply by asking who people are, and then the moment after 9 dies, you can figure out any other ruse that happens because you can move around.
You could learn a lot by being able to do anything besides... Except where the game sends you.
I'll be honest with you, doesn't make for a good mystery. I don't really like mystery on rails. I prefer mysteries where I have to be a detective. I like when I have to solve the mystery. I don't like when someone's just like, let me tell you what the mystery is, and then I'm gonna tell you how you solve it. And it's like, it's not really a mystery though. That's just fucking hope. That's like luck. You just have to be lucky that you went the right way. But like, you know, if I had the options, then I could get all the information.
I guess that's where the visual novel part comes in. Or not even visual novel, but just the novel part comes in. Is that you're just experiencing a story that happens at you, as opposed to one that you interact with and solve.
That's the whole reason they went with like a.
Because like when I played Dr. Decker, which was also like do stuff and people talk at you was the entire game, but at the end you are the person that's supposed to accuse the murderer. You actually have a menu where every character's listed, and you accuse the murderer. And I don't know if that's going to happen in this, really, but we'll see. At this point, not in this arc.
Well, I know
because everyone's dead.
I know who did it. None of them.
Not those people. Those people didn't kill him.
It was a submarine the whole time.
This does narrow down a lot who might be the killer or who might be the traitor in other story branches.
This definitely narrows down somebody's not good, and it's either now we know for sure. Well, keep going. Let's check if we check.
His heart rattled in his chest, an empty, lifeless thing. It had been so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. When he saw their bodies, he simply stared. It was a lake, a sea of blood. 2 bodies lay in it. For some reason, it's the number 2. That's weird. There was no need to check. There was no breath left in them.
Oh.
It's worth checking.
I forgot that's how doctors diagnose dead people.
Yeah, it looks dead.
Tom, he ain't breathing. He's dead.
That guy looks pretty dead. Let's cut him open to start the autopsy.
Isn't that like literally how Romeo and Juliet happened?
Yes. Also, it's like also like a major trope to be all like, he's still breathing! He's still breathing! Like when everyone thinks he's dead for like 5 minutes, but then check the body and they're still alive. Yeah. Even Sherlock did that in one episode. Like the whole thing is about a murder scene. Then they find out the murder victim's not dead.
You know what's interesting? I for the first time ever, I saw a really good handling of that, where it was in Detective Conan. Actually, there was a body.
You never say good things about that.
Yeah, there was a dead body. And everyone was freaking out. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy's dead. And so Conan was like, and they couldn't reach the body, so they just assumed he was dead. So Cone was like, "Hey, anybody got like a plastic,
Someone give me a stick.
Oh no, he's like, anybody have a mirror?" And so he moved the mirror down there, and you can see the breath go onto the mirror. And he was like, "Oh, he's still breathing." And I was like, "Oh my god, somebody thought about that! Like somebody thought you could just check if they're breathing without being next to them."
Yeah.
There's like a way to do that.
Yeah, the mirror itself is a trope that comes up a lot, but I've never seen someone do like a selfie stick mirror.
Yeah, but it's like that's such a smart idea and a great way to handle that situation. Besides everyone just being idiots and jumping to the conclusion like he's bleeding, he's dead. What do you people think?
That's the problem we have is they're not checking bodies, so any of these people could be the ruse murder person. Like 7 could be the murderer.
7 could be the murderer. Lotus could be.
We're apparently not going to check that 7's the murderer, and he could just be like. So playing dead here.
And as it stands, it's either Santa, Ace, 7, or Lotus. Because those are the 4 bodies we haven't checked. Because
never mind. 7 and Lotus can't be the murderers because they were with us when we found the bodies, and they were in a room with us the whole time and everything.
So then it's either Santa or Ace.
Yeah, Santa or Ace, Santa, Ace, or Snake can be the murderer. Basically, yeah. Because we just don't bother checking. And we have to trust that 7 knows how to check whether Clover's alive.
I mean, he was a cop, and he does remember.
He was a cop. That's a good point.
So,
why does he suck at being a cop?
He doesn't suck at being a cop.
He only checked 1 body.
He didn't have chance because Lotus was freaking her
making
shit.
No attempts towards self-defense or looking for weapons. He does the cool thing where he opens doors, but he hasn't apparently hasn't found a tool he can use to defend himself in these situations.
Well, I'm saying, I think the only reason he didn't check all the bodies was because they had to do that misdirection of, Lotus is freaking the fuck out. We have to go to the door. It's weird
to me that the cop that's specifically opening all the doors so that we can get back to any door we want to at any point is also respecting the Emancipation Grid rule of not taking anything out of a puzzle chamber.
He's not.
Because he's not he doesn't have a wrench or any sort of heavy thing he could use if he needed to defend himself.
He's got a fucking huge overall. I'm sure he's got every object in the game in it.
Didn't seem to help.
Well, I mean, none of them are a knife.
Yeah, but if he got attacked and if he had the wrench, we just had a wrench. We just had
an Allen wrench. What did he throw a wrench? It was a tiny wrench.
It was not tiny.
Yeah, it was.
Wrenches are heavy. We used it to open the gargantuan bolts that are used to seal the steam thing.
I think you're over-assuming how big that wrench was.
I think it was bigger than we think it was.
I think that wrench is screwdriver size.
It's still metal. You hit someone in the head with it, in
I'm
Super.
Saying though,
and the
but
guy's
it's not
bleeding out.
It's not like one of those train track wrenches where they're literally. I don't even know why someone did it, but they're the size of a fucking what's it called? They're the size of a steel beam, and you're just it takes 4 people to turn a bolt.
Yeah.
Now that if 7 had that, he just.
I mean, that's like a lightsaber made of metal.
Well, yeah, but
that was a stupid sentence because that would just be a sword. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet. It was gone.
Wait.
She stared.
No. That is Junpei. Okay,
that's really important.
Look, I get it. Someone just fucking died. Junpei, this is fucking important.
Someone just stole Lotus's bracelet.
Someone's going around taking the bracelets.
Yep.
For what reason?
Problems. Let's see here.
Because as far as we know, they don't work after death, unless that's not true, in which case the snake theory is 100% true now.
Because that's the thing. If he's taking them with the assumption to get out, then... Right?
I'm trying to think of combinations and stuff like that. If Snake did it, then he would have taken Lotus. Snake and Lotus together, though, are 10, which is a 1. So then he would need a 7. Well, so there's 7. So let's double check the math there. 2, 7, 8. Shit.
No, also 9.
Ace.
Or Ace, I guess Ace.
Oh yeah, 2, 7, 9. Oh wait, sorry. Well, 2, 7, 9 wouldn't work because
it does. 2, 7, 9.
No, it does. I mean, because he took Lotus. Is the confusion? Unless he just took all of them.
He might have just been taking all of them.
But we know. But if it is Snake, we know he has 2, and he apparently took Lotus. So at that point, you have 9. That's too high.
Okay.
2, 7, 8. I said, was that 8 before?
Yeah.
So
what about
1,
us?
2, 7, 8. Then you end up, that would end, like if you took
okay.
aces, you'd have it.
I was gonna say, what happens if it's 2, 7, 8, 5?
The problem is he could have taken any number of people's bracelets
what's
because
2, 8, 5?
we've confirmed nobody having bracelets.
Okay.
6.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's important though. It's still important to note that someone's taking bracelets off.
So yeah, he could have taken Santa's and Lotus's and mine or something, and then you'd have 9.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because yeah, the problem is we've confirmed one missing bracelet. But like the previous crowd, we didn't bother checking at all.
No, we confirmed. Oh no! Snake can't even use his because there's a broken bracelet on the ground. So we don't know if that's his or not.
Yeah, we don't know if the broken bracelet is 2 or 9.
I would imagine, by theory, 2 might have tried breaking it to see if that stops the bomb.
I think what happened is that Snake.
You think it's 9? You think Snake used 9, like used
I
9
think
and
Snake,
Ace and his
I think
to get in?
I think Snake used Ace and 9 to get inside of that room, and he stashed 9's body in there. He disfigured the body so you couldn't recognize the face, and then he also destroyed the watch's display so you can't tell that it's 9
Or 2.
or 2. Yeah, like you assume it's Snake because it's dressed like Snake. And you can't confirm based on the wristwatch. But if that's the case, then he doesn't have the bracelet 9, which would be why he would need like 2, 3, 8, 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have the 9 one anymore. Although 9 is just like the least useful one.
Wait, so what? Oh, and that's why he killed Clover, because he can't get out with Clover.
Or he just killed everyone because he just wants the bracelets and he doesn't care about anyone else's bullshit. Because if anyone else lives, then there's a chance of him getting left behind because their particular teams want to get out and maybe 2 doesn't fit into
No,
that
I meant, like,
configuration.
why wouldn't you just kill Ace, June, and Santa, and then just be like, all right, Clover, let's wait and get the rest of them.
Right, because Clover's not one of the numbers.
Yeah, because Clover couldn't come with them no matter what.
He could have.
Maybe.
What was it? 2 and 4 is 6, so you just need 3. So yeah,
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
Well, shit, you didn't even have to kill June. You could have just fucking stabbed Ace.
Just Clover and Snake just kill Santa and take his wrist, and that's it.
Yeah.
But also, he has to find. We haven't found the 9 door yet, have we? Or did we?
No.
So even then.
Oh, so that's why he's taking all the bracelets, because he needs to get through the other puzzle rooms too.
Yeah,
which I
he's
think
he's-
probably require multiple people though, because we just went with one that required a person
Yeah,
in
the one
chair.
we just did. It's hard to say for sure.
So this is all a bad plan.
Yeah.
This is all a terrible idea. But whatever.
We'll know more as we go on, hopefully. Hopefully
Maybe.
this gets explained at some level at some point. But I like theorizing, even though, like, half the audience is like, yeah, this is why we watch, and the other half of the audience is like, fuck, they're doing it again. They're doing the thing where they think about the thing instead of just pressing A until it ends.
I'm sorry. If you want us, we'll just turn on skip.
There are silent playthroughs on the internet if you just want the story and not any of our bullshit.
Why don't we just play
We're not
skip?
standing in the way.
Just play it in skip mode.
Skip mode? You literally skip all of the story.
Yeah, that's all they want, right? They just want the ending?
You literally just skip everything and well, decision happened, middle one.
Yeah, there you go. It doesn't matter why it happened, right? You don't give a shit. Because you're not thinking about it. Why do they want the plot? They're not going to think about
It'd be
it.
an all puzzles playthrough.
Are they gonna like do any of the detective work? Because that
Yeah.
requires you stopping the video and deducing
This
things.
of course gives them infinite ammunition because they're all like, if you're ever wrong, they're like, you overthought it, and then they say a bunch of other things about how we're overthinking, and it's like, no, it's just we have incomplete information, we're working with what we have and trying to come up with an explanation.
I'm sorry, the game refuses to actually just
I mean,
be
we're not
logical.
supposed to know literally the answer midway through the game.
We're also not supposed to know the answer, like, ever.
You are supposed to eventually know the answer, probably.
Like-
I'm gonna say that much. Yeah, I doubt you're supposed to never know.
No, the true ending is just everyone dies.
It's open for interpretation.
Yeah, it's art. It's a fucking...
Something lesbians.
something, that's why they're two Titanics, because they were girls and they wanted babies.
Don't say two Titanics. It takes me back to Revelations. Resident Evil. There was a second boat the whole time. Like, God damn it, Resident Evil.
Now go on that boat.
He didn't care anymore. Well, we do.
Wow.
We care for you guys, even when Junpei won't.
I can really relate to this empathetic character.
We do what Junpei don't. Did you see that where they're like it was like what Sega doesn't, what Nintendo did, because Sega tried to do.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, but now it's Sega doesn't what Nintendo did because of how much of a disaster Sega's attempt at like a retro console was. It's like they fucked up at it now.
Did they?
Yeah.
Sega released a retro console?
They tried to make the same thing as Nintendo and it was garbage and everyone's like, don't buy this, oh no.
Wait, what? Are you talking about like the Genesis?
Like, you know the classic Nintendo, the micro Nintendo, and now they're making like the whatever they're called of
you mean the Pi emulators? Yeah.
the thing it's just a thing you plug in. It's like the Nintendo Classic.
It's just an emulator.
The Super Nintendo's gonna have Star Fox 2 or something on it, like that stuff.
Yeah.
Sega tried and it was everyone's like, run away.
What? Sega did? I didn't even hear about it.
You probably won't now.
You could just go buy those shitty they've had them for like a decade now. You could just go buy the shitty Genesis at like a shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had those for like 5 years now, before Nintendo ever released theirs. And they have like Sonic, all the Sonics on them. They have fucking Vector Man. They have like all the good Sega classics.
And yet apparently they fucked it up anyway.
Then why do they make a new
Congrats.
one?
Because hype waves. Because Sega literally, their entire business model is literally being a counterpoint / copy of Nintendo and matching them note for note.
But I mean, even
they're the DreamWorks to their Pixar.
It's so weird because even Nintendo fucked it up. It's such a waste. Why don't you just buy a Retro Pi for like $30 and then just download every free game you've ever wanted?
All right, let's go.
Stupid.
He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. A part of him knew the lump of head in his chest.
Of lead? Did he eat June? Oh my god.
Total Recall.
Jesus.
The lump of head on his chest. What's that creature called?
I don't remember.
That guy's great. He dies so abruptly.
Just like these characters.
A part of him knew the lump of lead in his chest had once been a heart. He couldn't quite remember what it had been for.
I'm like reading a journal from a 17-year-old kid going
this
through
is like
puberty.
your live journal.
You've never seen my live journal.
I know, but I get to imagine now because you've taken it down.
I didn't.
That it was full of this. Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop.
Great streams.
I thought he was out of tears. They literally just said he couldn't cry anymore.
They also said he couldn't breathe, and he breathed right before then.
I can't breathe. Then like, I'm all out of tears. I can't stop these tears. He turned around, the door opened again, and slowly, numbly, he walked through.
Can we get like a verification on if the translation's actually good or not?
He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion, simple inertia carried him forward. I mean, if I talk to anybody...
That's not how simple inertia works. You're actually moving your legs. Simple inertia is when you, like... It's when you throw an object and it can't... Like, it has no means to stop itself.
Kind of.
Like, if you throw a baseball, that's inertia. Like, but the baseball didn't get up and start walking. That's not inertia.
It is weird, because he's saying that he kept going because he was already going, but he literally just started walking a second ago.
Yeah.
It's not like inertia's keeping him going because he's been walking for 3 days through the desert, and like he's just all that's keeping him going is inertia. He literally was not walking a second ago.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't, the statement doesn't make sense.
Stop trying to add fancy words.
What I will say is that if you read, when I read the comments from anyone that has like an anime avatar in my comment section, they will always blame 100% of all writing problems ever on localization, because apparently no Japanese writer has ever been anywhere short of pristine in the original version. And it's always localization's fault every single time.
I will give them the leeway that that's probably right, because Japan's language is very tough to translate sometimes, because a lot of stuff has like triple, quadruple meanings. And it's because like, oh, I wrote this as I wrote it as murderer, but actually it has the kanji that's in the same kanji that's in June's name. But then that
actually it's the symbol that means murder, suicide.
Yeah, but the kanji in June's name is representative combined with
that did come up earlier in this playthrough, because everyone was like, he said ship weird, and like that means he's on the ship, and like people were like, maybe the kanji made that make more sense.
Yeah.
Usually the main reason it comes up is it usually makes most sense in those really awkward moments where people are weirdly obsessed about how to address people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense in English.
Yeah, like nicknames make more sense.
It's like, wow, so informal. Like, what? we're at a convenience store. What do you want from me, man? It's like, no, they did a different honorific at the end of the word in the original translation, and you think that maybe they would just cut both parts out instead of, like, if they can't...
Or they could just leave the honorific in and just, like, expect people to know how to Wikipedia.
Yeah. Either leave all the honorifics in the translation so that you can know what they're trying to say in Japanese, or, since it's usually superfluous anyway, cut out the honorific. If you're cutting out the honorific, also cut out the response to the honorific. That doesn't go anywhere anyway. That just confuses people.
But that's harder, though, because then you have to actually alter the game code to get rid of a scene. Where it's easier to alter the text
one
file.
line of dialogue.
Yeah, to just get rid of a text file is
or
easier.
even being like, ha, funny seeing you here, or something. Just say anything else.
Yeah, it
in
is
that
weird
line.
that they actually translate it, though, to be like, oh, why are you so formal?
Because they could just say something else, too.
Yeah, they could just say something else, which is probably
Replace the throwaway line with a different throwaway line.
Yeah.
We need to get past inertia. Speaking of
We
inertia...
need to get past inertia. Keith, you cannot stop the laws of physics.
This episode, which will probably be over long to make up for how much we're stopping, is actually a good example of inertia, in that it takes physical effort to move forward, and so we will often wallow in one spot for long periods of time.
Are you saying this Let's Play isn't set in motion by a simple inertia?
We have to upload this as like a mega episode, because we've been taking way too long to get through this murder.
You're a mega episode.
I will. You can fucking cut it in half if you want to.
I'm gonna make it 10 minutes.
10-minute episodes? One of those would be us sitting still. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arm reached for the hatch.
Well, that's a shitty hatch. Did it just kill him? Did the hatch just like swing and like mess him in the face?
It had a paint bomb in it, like an ink bomb when you like get into banknotes. Like you rob a bank and then they splats ink all over you.
What a fucking setup to like anti-theft for a submarine.
The submarine's just
holy
like, gotcha.
shit. Like, what is it? Someone comes back and they're like, "Where'd my sub go?" Oh, there's paint on the ground. I guess someone stole it. Like,
it's the Joker submarine. And then he was floating in the water. Oh, he got in the submarine.
oh,
His eyes stared down into it. He couldn't see the bottom.
of the submarine?
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's not a submarine.
No. Look,
Well, okay,
a
so-
humanoid figure that's...
So based on the shadow, I can grossly
this
assume
person lacks boobs.
this person's clearly Clover.
Based on that silhouette, they have to be like Snake or Santa.
No,
Unless like a
no,
stripped.
don't try. They're doing the
No, it's anime, so
they're
it's a
doing
bullshit
the Detective
silhouette.
Conan thing where it's just like,
Yeah,
here's a natural
it's
body
a place,
shape.
Yeah, it's like one of those wooden figures you use for figure painting.
By the way, that's not really good. Don't do that. That's really shitty, scummy, and you're an asshole for doing it.
Just show me an outline of the person and I'll get the and then I can know what's going on. But that doesn't change the information of the choices I'll make for the doors. Like,
People use... so the reason why anime cheats and does fake silhouette people instead of showing the actual silhouette of the person is because characters in anime are so over-designed that they are immediately recognizable from their silhouette. Where normal humans usually aren't.
but here's the thing that upsets me even more is that, like, you know what isn't over-designed? Is fucking people in Case Closed. Except for the main cast, the regular killers are always just like, yeah, I guess that's a guy I might have seen once, like 3 seasons ago. They all look like the same regular people.
I mean, you could say the reason why it's a silhouette is because no one can see the person.
They do it so you can't tell gender. Because if it's a male or if the killer's a female,
You can't tell
then
gender,
it's
but
obvious.
also we're not seeing who did it. So we don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that's also why it's like in this ambiguous silhouette with no hair.
Yeah.
Because there's no hair either. So this can't literally be anybody in the cast. Because there's no fucking hair on this person. You can see their ears.
Yeah.
So...
Well, yeah, it's because no one can see them, so they're just like hiding it.
Yeah. I just hate that, though. It drives me nuts.
Well,
Because they do it all the way to
So-
the very end, and it's like, okay,
what
well,
happens is that it's an expression of the paradox of having a third-person visual. You have a third-person visual designed for a first-person story.
Yeah.
So the story is told in first person from Junpei, but the visuals are all third person from Junpei. So the visuals can constantly expose way more than Junpei can see from his perspective. So it leads to moments like this where you have to sort of go around it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do this in a novel because it's just the writing. So it'd just be the part we're saying, like, oh, he fell in the water and he died.
I know. It's also more frustrating. I guess for me, it's frustrating.
I guess they're afraid that if they don't show a silhouette, that we wouldn't get that somebody killed him.
Well, I think I mean, maybe he jumped in.
Yeah. My back's hot. I'm gonna go in the water.
I mean, I think it just upsets me more because they'll do that sometimes where it's a shadow, like a silhouette, but then the character sees them and they're like, oh, I know who it is. Who? Tell me who it is, because now you know, but I don't. I don't like the reverse of that. I like the other...
But that might be letting Detective Conan frustrations bleed into 999.
Well, I mean, there are other places that do that.
Yeah.
Where there's other times where it's like, the main character knows the solution, but they won't say what the solution is. But it's like, I'm supposed to be from the view... Whose viewpoint am I from now? Because, from this perspective, I'm always from Junpei's viewpoint. But then, all of a sudden, if Junpei was like, I saw who it is, but he doesn't say who it is, he's like, Junpei, I'm fucking you. You didn't literally think to yourself, I can't believe this person's the killer? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, but that's not related to what's happening right now.
No, I'm just saying, it might happen in an ending, and I'm ready for it to be...
preemptively annoyed.
I'm preemptively annoyed. So let's continue.
Like, what are we talking about right now? His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife in it.
Okay, so it was a knife.
Who? Yeah, it's a knife, apparently. It's like the most logical weapon. One dead body lay behind door number 5.
Okay.
The body of the 9th man. Another lay in the shower room. The body of Snake.
Unconfirmed.
Quotes. At the central staircase, there was 3 more. Ace, Santa, and Clover. Just outside the door were 2 corpses. That of Seven and Lotus. And then in this very room lay the body of what had once been Connie, unless she just stabbed you or something, I don't know. And now Junpei would join them. Who then had killed them all? Who? Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up the side of his face. His consciousness faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water.
He could have just, held his breath and just swam for it, just to piss off the person who stabbed him.
Just to be annoying or something?
Yeah, because, I'm sure he needs his bracelet. Because he might need the bracelet, so he's like, if he swims under the submarine, the guy's like, oh, come on!
Come on, I need that!
Yeah, it's like, now I gotta go under the sub to get your stupid corpse.
Well, this guy better hope that the bracelet floats.
Yeah, what if it sinks?
Because it's supposed to fall off when they die, right? So then it's just gonna, sink into the ocean.
That'd be smart move.
He chose the wrong spot to kill that guy. Junpei, probably.
Well, unless he plans to go retrieve the body right now.
Alright, so everyone died. We got the bad ending.
You say that if you know.
What?
That may be the true ending.
This is the good ending? The new game plus ultra best scenario ending?
Yeah.
Because the next game reveals that all these people are going to doom the world, so it's actually best to have them die in the first one.
Like the Danganronpas.
The Danganronpas.
Grandpas.
So if you had to just call who the killer is right now, it'd be Snake, right? Like that's like the best answer
Ace.
that we have so far. Ace? You're gonna go with Ace?
I'm gonna go with Ace.
So you're gonna go with Ace, I'll go with Snake.
Do you want to know why I go with Ace?
We'll both be very angry if it's somebody else we don't know about already, because that means we literally don't have the tools with which to solve the mystery, even though we reached an ending.
It could be the boat. It could have been the
boat's alive.
Could have been the boat the whole time.
The boat made the traps all on its own.
The boat is Zero.
Oh my god.
Zero is just a boat. It's just a giant boat.
They talked about the 3 Titanic sisters, but they never talked about Titanic Zero.
The boat just kidnapped people from their homes.
God damn it.
It's just runs on shore.
The end. Or is it? See you guys next time.
Well, is it? Or I'm gonna assume it's the end, so I'm just gonna quit here.
This is not our finale, if that wasn't clear.
It says or is it, so it's up to me, and I decide that it's over.
Andrew's being a stupid head.
Don't say that.
We're gonna go back and check out the other branches of the storyline.
Just put a question mark after the end. Why do you? When you say or is it, makes me feel like, well, I guess it's up to me. I decide it is the end. When you say the end, it's more like
there's one thing that's worse.
What?
The end. Not.
What? And when you get the right ending, it's like the end. Damn straight.
Damn straight. How many times has damn straight been said so far?
I think twice.
Really dumb line. I love it.
Yeah, it's been twice.
See you guys next time. We're gonna check out the other branches and so on, and
It's so on. We're gonna 100% the game just for you.
We gotta do every escape room, obviously.
So much.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
So much talking. Buckle up, buckaroos. We're going for a ride.
We're gonna take you for a ride.